इनका टूर गाइड दूसरा है। टूर गाइड यार जो यूनिफिक्स वालों की तरफ से है। सेट्रा वाली बस में पिछली बार गए थे हम स्विट्जरलैंड, कोई और था ना।
You with us, yeah? We're together.
Yes,
yeah?
we are together.
Let's stop a minute and let's start and then we start. Yeah?
Sure.
First, let me introduce myself. So we go, everyone.
Okay.
Waiting for everyone coming down from the bus.
You're giving us a mic setup, so
Say again.
you are giving us a mic setup.
No, go this one.
So
It's better than mine. Okay,
Nice.
ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Florence.
Hi. Thank you.
Welcome to Florence.
you're welcome.
My name is Vincenzo. Yeah? Now we're going to take a nice and relaxed walking city tour to check the city main monuments. I'm going to give you some explanations about what we're going to look at. You're also going to have time clicking pictures and whatever. I guess you're going to have free time after this tour. The weather is good, beautiful day today. Temperature is pretty much pleasant. So basically don't need to worry about anything. The city is busy-ish, yeah? Because today is Christmas Eve and Christmas time tomorrow, Christmas Day tomorrow. So basically it's relaxed situation, but there might be pickpockets around. So
Okay.
please, best philosophy is to better be too safe rather to be sorry. This is the only thing. No danger, nothing. The city is fine. They're used to tourists, but still, this might be an inconvenience. So to prevent all this, just keep a little bit of your attention about this autumn method. For the rest of it, don't need to do anything. Just follow me. We're going to go to Santa Croce, which is the peak over there. You're going to see the bell tower. You see, so it's about 10 minutes walk. Let's start from there and go down to the city center. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. For anything you need, both of us are over here. Either myself, either you two, man. Okay?
Right.
Let's
Vincent.
go then. Please come. Follow me.
इससे ज़्यादा और आवाज़ ही नहीं है कि पीछे रहोगे।
जब रुकेगा ना ये तब तो अपने आप देगा आवाज। इन आदत है, पीले पीले जाने की आदत है इनको। वो यहाँ पे वही है, देखा तूने स्कूटर वही। हाँ भाई वही लगता है वो। वही क्या लो यार, अरे दूसरे भी है। ये नीला वाला कौन सा है, डॉट नहीं, बर्ड।
Let's do it for everyone. Yeah. We are alone here.
Okay.
Paris. Paris. Paris or Paris? Paris. Check. And your name? You sure this is well? Yes?
सुबह तो राइट में आ जा।
क्या?
तेरे को उधर नहीं सुनाई?
अभी कुछ बोल नहीं रहा।
Good. Good for you.
बोलने का मन था ना
Sometimes.
मेरा।
No better way, no harm.
I have to say,
Indian people are very, very kind. Very kind, really. Yeah, more pretty much. Yes. No, honestly, I mean, let's go. Let's go.
अच्छा बहुत बढ़िया। मैं दिल्ली से भाई।
हाँ?
अरे जमशेदपुर भाई।
इंडियन अपन ना पूछ रहा है इंडिया में जाना है कि जर्मनी में जाना है?
भाई उसने जमशेदपुर बताया, जर्मनी को आ गया
यहाँ से पूछा
जमशेदपुर।
जमशेदपुर बोले हो ना, यहाँ तो जर्मनी से।
कैसी बातें कर रहे हो तुम?
कैसी कर रहे हो बताओ?
कैसी कर रहे हो आप?
नहीं
पागल
कैसी
हो
कर
रहे हो
रहे
क्या आप?
हो? ठीक है भाई हम पागल है।
ये दिल्ली से ना पंजाब से ये यूपी
वो कहते हैं ना एक नॉर्थ वाला जो एक बेल्ट आता है, दिल्ली पंजाब यूपी हरियाणा।
मैं चंडीगढ़ में ही रहा हूँ।
बहुत बढ़िया,
चंडीगढ़ में भाई रह रहे
मिलवा दे फिर।
No, that's fine.
किधर है? SBI कॉलोनी।
SBI?
SBI कॉलोनी।
अच्छा, SBI कॉलोनी में कमा गया।
Side,
भाई बात का रोड नहीं है।
भेड़ बकरियों को साइड करो। ऐसे ही तो होता है भाई, पूरी बकरियों को एक बार साइड किया जाता है गाड़ी आने पे।
No speed. No speed. Get it worse and worse. Worse and worse.
अबे कैसे?
ओए, कोई बाइक है ये, अच्छा कोई अच्छी बाइक आ रही है, कावासाकी आ रही है शायद, कावासाकी है।
Just got we must stop officially by the end of, not the very end. Now Santa Claus, you know Florence, Santa Claus down the road. So it was a straight road like.
सड़क पे नहीं चलना है, सड़क पे नहीं चलना भाई, फिर उतारे।
I'm from nowhere. 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 Yeah. But came from Germany.
तो अभी हम जा रहे हैं, सारे लोग तो चले पर चल बड़े हैं सड़क पे, हम देखते हैं सड़क पे चलते हैं इनको। अभी तो कोई गाड़ी नहीं है, फ्लोरेंस की गली आएंगे। अभी हम जा रहे हैं सेंटर की तरफ अपने टूर गाइड के साथ में। तो देखते क्या बताता है, वही सेम इन्फॉर्मेशन आपको ही मिलती है।
We got the footer for the big photo company.
हाँ
And you try Lavora from your work with us.
हैं, हाँ पिक पॉकेट से ही तो क्या कहते हैं, माफिया चलते हैं भाई।
कमजोर दिल वाले भी बेचारे अपने हाथों का कानों पे
कमजोर दिल वालों के हाथों पे कान तो अपने आप रख दिए जाएंगे काट के।
Top level.
इटली में लेदर से कितने? हाँ
500 की पत्ती पकड़ा दी, इसको पर्सनल में ही दे रहा है पूरी।
अरे वाह
You do good.
नहीं अभी नहीं।
Yes, thank you.
जब रुकेगा तब
भाई, दूसरा ग्रुप आ रहा है, बढ़ जाओ। आक्रमण।
You have to block. Did you get? So it's like this. I'm not a politician. I told you I'm a citizen of the world.
भाई दूसरी टुकड़ी आ रही है सामने से, चढ़ाई कर दो।
The other ones, right now, this country is doing pretty well. The politicians are doing well.
लेदर फैक्ट्री, अरे बीका जी कहाँ प्लेस आ गया मैं?
Compared to the other ones,
नहीं,
I mean, the other ones time, past times, strong government.
पता है जब तक मैंने लेदर की जैकेट नहीं ली थी ना, तब तो मुझे ऐसा लगता है लेदर जैकेट तो भाई टॉप की चीज़ होती है कि इससे ऊपर तो भाई ठंड लगेगी नहीं, अगर इससे ऊपर ठंड लग रही है तो मतलब कुछ नहीं हो सकता।
हाँ लेदर जैकेट फालतू
ढंग से साफ कर।
कुछ शो के लिए प्रोडक्ट है।
हाँ
Join the European Union.
हैं, अरे तेरी और ये तो बहुत ही गंदा कर दिया भाई, इसने करना चाहिए था। रगड़ो, घबरा गया मेरे ख्याल से वो।
अरे एक्सपीरियंस वाला।
चलो ना वहाँ वो है
हाँ हाँ पूरे शहर सुनसान पड़ेगा, खिड़कियाँ टूटी हुई, कुछ खत्म। ऐसा लग रहा है जैसे पता नहीं कौन सी जंग जीती है इन्होंने, हारी है। ये पुराना है।
ओल्ड है।
हाँ
इससे ज़्यादा ओल्ड तो कल वाला है।
नहीं
बिल्कुल ऐसा लगेगा किसी गांव में वो गांव पानी में डूबने वाला है। लिटरली फोटो देखें।
पानी को बहुत जल्दी डूबेगा वो पानी में।
अब ये है चीज़, ये बताया नहीं ये क्या चीज़ है।
अभी ये रोकेगा ना जहाँ आगे जाके।
उसके सामने जाना।
हमें ये थोड़ी पता चल रहा है कि इसका सामना है कि पिछवाड़ा है, ये
हाँ
साइड आड़ा है।
पॉइंट है, पॉइंट है।
उसका चेहरा उधर क्यों रखेंगे अगर सामने
मैंने तब तक बोल दिया।
आंसू तेज हो रहा है, तू है मूर्ति देख कर उसको कह रहा है कि तू गलत देख रहा है। यही मार देंगे, काट देंगे और हाथ में।
कैसे
चीता ही कहते हैं।
रेस्टोरेंट बना के
चीता भाई यहाँ है बेसरती था ही। मी एंड माय फ्रेंड इन कैंटीन, स्कूल कैंटीन।
10 मिनट, यहाँ तक की वॉक 10 मिनट थी भाई। हाँ
बस वो कासल तक जाने का बस मुझको हो रहा है, इसके गाइडेड का तो मुझे कोई फर्क नहीं। ये रास्ता दिखा देगा बस ये ऊपर तक का, क्या वो सारा सनसेट दिख जाएगा।
गजब है।
मेहनत लगी है भाई बनाने में।
Beautiful Church of Santa Croce. We're not making a religious tour or a churches tour, of course, but there are 177 churches in Florence. So impossible not to bump into one or the other every now and then, of course. Stopping over here because maybe it's not even on your program, but it's on our route going to the city, the real heart of the city. So basically impossible not to say, can you hear me? Impossible not to say something about this place which is very much important. You see? Santa Croce Church. It's not something like 800 years old church, more or less. You see? It comes up in the 1200s, beginning of the 1200s. It's a Franciscan church. You know Franciscan friars? Are those ones dressed in brown with no shoes, as they belong to the preaching and the begging order of friars. They settled over here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
They settled over here in this part of the city because back in the Middle Ages, this was the poorest part of the city of Florence. Not any longer today. It's pretty much expensive to buy property, to purchase properties around here. Yes? But back then, as Florence, it's a city which becomes rich due to the wool industry. Wool. Textiles. Textiles.
Yeah.
You see? Basically. And being so much close to the river, you see the place where I picked you up? The river side, the river shoulders, yeah?
Yes.
Before the river shoulders, we realized, you see, being so much the level low over here, and so much, pretty much same as the level of the river itself. Think about these little narrow lanes every now and then, when there was so much rain, this will become like Venice, on and off.
Okay.
So this is why the wool industry settled over here what? Settled one of the final treatment of the final processes of the wool, the entire wool treatment, see? Washing and
Cleaning.
the dyeing process, fixing color on wool. And if I tell you something, not to disgust you all up about this early hour of the afternoon, right? But to make you feel a little bit closer to the working conditions of those guys who take care of this sort of working process. One of the main products employed for this sort of treatment was no more and no less back then human urine. You see? I'm telling you this to make you feel a little bit closer to the working conditions of those guys who take care of this process. You see? And also to the working conditions of the guys who settled over here to stay nearby to preach, like I'm talking to you right now, you see? little groups of people. This is why we got this big white open space, which as far as related to the times, 1200s, this was the biggest one in the city of Florence. You see? They would be able to collect loads of audience, you see? Actually, I'll tell you more, which is also resulting very funny. Those guys were so much be good at preaching that they would be prohibited by law not to preach for more than 2 hours per day. You see? Otherwise, people so much fascinated listen to them, they wouldn't go back to work. And of course, this was starting to result in a problem due to the wool production, you see, absenteeism. So, no more than 2 hours. And so they commissioned this big church, there was another one over here, which as far as dimensions are concerned, this is only second in the city of Florence, only to the cathedral, where we're going to go also to see, you see, in Florence. But the church itself starts, and I come to the point, starts to become pretty much important once local people in the 1400s, they started to bury inside their own famous people. So if you know names such as Michelangelo the sculptor, hammer and chisel, ladies and gentlemen, is buried behind that door over there, you see? Since March 1564. Can't remember the day, but it was the beginning of March anyway. See? Opposite, behind that door over there on the left hand side, name. Galileo Galilei. I guess anyone who asks those guys. Probably most of you are also students at universities of me. I guess anyone who asks those Galileo, Jupiter's moons, Medici stars, the first satellite of Jupiter, one in 1610. Also we have the cenotaph of Dante Alighieri, who's the man represented with the statue over there, you see? The one so-called name, pretty much worldwide famous, to be the father of the Italian language. Worldwide famous, I'm also telling you, because maybe some of you don't know him, he's the one who wrote the masterpiece, the Divine Comedy. And this basically became pretty much popular again a few years back before the pandemic when he bounced back the American movie called Inferno with Tom Hanks. You see? Well, based on the book of Dante. But also Gioacchino Rossini, musician. You know Gioacchino Rossini? Opera composer. You see? Also Niccolo Machiavelli, the prince, the one who wrote The Prince. We talk about politicians, statesmen, and so on and on. And many, up to 400 people, there's a long list buried inside there. So easy to connect to main factors, to link to main factors. Italy is united since 1861, you see? In 1865, ladies and gentlemen, this very same city becomes for almost 6 years before Rome, capital of Italy. Rome is capital of Italy since 1871, 17th of March. 65, 71, this is the capital of Italy. And the facade is 1865, you see, to celebrate this big event. You see? So basically, think about these names we just mentioned, how suddenly ceasing to be just local names, automatically became all Italian names. This was also a good way of propagandizing the newborn country united of Italy all throughout the world to other famous people buried in Santa Croce. Still active as a church, of course, daytime as a museum, the entire 800 years of history of arts inside, so been pretty much important. Now, if you'd like to click some photographs, please do that, few minutes, then according to your timing, we start walking that way.
Okay.
There is two way.
Please do that, few minutes, and then
Well, two.
Left one.
ठीक है?
ठीक है.
Let's go.
Which that?
We go that.
मैं बताऊं कहाँ पे आया हूँ? मेरे खानदान वालों का ना गांव है शाबाद में, रामपुर में, मतलब उधर इंडिया में।
हाँ.
तो वहाँ गांव में ना एक बीच में बहुत बड़ा सा ऐसी कुछ है, मैं एक ही बार गया हूँ, कुछ है और ऐसी बहुत, ये तो बहुत बड़ा हो गया, इसका थोड़ा मतलब 1/3 ही कर लो उसका। तो वैसा सा बिल्कुल सीन है, मतलब घर जो है ना वहाँ पे ऐसी से है, मुझे वैसी लगा क्योंकि बेंचें पड़ी हुई है वहाँ।
भाई बिल्कुल ही गांव है ये एक तरह का. देख फिर आगे निकल लिया ये.
हाँ वो देख,
देखो चैन नहीं है यार. हाँ. हाँ
वाला भी है डंडा।
भाई ऐसे मत बोल। हाँ पर है। और तुझे एक बात बताऊँ क्या, बहुत है खुले में, बहुत है भाई।
सुनो बच्चे भाई कितना खर्चा ले रहा हो?
कितना खर्चा
हेलीकॉप्टर
भाई? बहुत होता है, मिनटों में कई हजार जाते हैं तेल के।
हेलीकॉप्टर खर्चा कितना होगा?
इसको थोड़ी पता है भाई, इसने थोड़ी दिए, इसे राहुल को बोल देता है।
दे दिया बस, हाँ।
और राहुल भी नहीं देता।
साल का। वो साल का टेंडर एक पेट्रोल पंप से होता है ये सब। वो वहाँ जा रहा है, पंचर अंचर का कुछ होता नहीं है, पंचर होता उसकी नहीं है।
तेरे गांव से है ना?
कल की बात है, बाल वाड़ी की खून आया था भाई, इसकी बाल वाड़ी नहीं पंचर हो गया तो बाल वाड़ी दिल्ली में समझ भाई होता है। ये छोटे मोटे होते हैं, लेकिन इसका ना जो खर्चा आता है ना, वो हर न्यू ईयर के पास आता है। साल का टेंडर बना दिया ये हर महीने के टेंडर की बुनियाद पर। अब आगे कोई सवाल अंडा का मत चार बार बता दिया, अब 5 बार मत।
किसी को जानने का भी शौक हो नहीं रहा है। सही है।
देखते रहना, बहुत मिनट में चले जाए क्योंकि हम लोग दुकान के वो कहाँ गए हमारे पास अच्छे आ गए।
खुद तैयार कर रहा हूँ क्या भाई मेरे मानने के लिए?
आपको लगता है मैं आपकी
I want to ask you,
Yeah.
what is the mood of yourself here? I want to know.
Statue.
Stative.
No, you mean my...
What is the model? We
Oh.
want to buy that. Which how can we buy it?
Just last week, the newer version of this launched, and it is better.
It's better than
Yeah, so it is iStudy M6.
M6.
Yeah, and the newer one is M7.
M7.
Yeah. So
What is the mark? Holom.
Sekundę.
The brand I mean. Hohem.
Hohem, yeah.
Hohem. Okay, got it. Thank you very
Most
much.
welcome.
क्या कह रहा था?
पूछ रहा था कौन सी कंपनी का है।
भेज देना।
क्यों?
भाई इतना का लेना है, वो नहीं यूज करा, इतना में ले ले उसका नया वर्जन।
भाई डबल रेट का है नया वाला,
अच्छा तो ठीक है
तो
भाई।
मेरे को भी महंगा पड़ जाएगा। चलो 200 का तो महंगा पड़ा था।
नवीन नहीं लग रही है हमारा साइड में।
हाँ, थोड़ा और ज़्यादा कमज़ोर था। नहीं कमज़ोर था ना वो भी।
इसका तो स्मूथ थोड़ा लंबा का।
हाँ इधर साइड है। टैक्सी भाई नहीं आ पाएगी। पूरा ग्रुप है।
वो कहाँ गया?
वो सामने चल रहा है।
अच्छा तुम गाइडर भी घूम गया, ये क्या काम कहाँ का ये?
यार फोटो आ सकती है इधर, बहुत सही से आ सकती है। सुबह
अभी देख आते हैं ये सनसेट
सनसेट 4:30 बजे 4:15 बजे होएगा।
वो वाला सीन देख आते हैं।
तेरे को पुल पे जाना है या ऊपर जाना है ये बता।
जहाँ तक लेके जाना है।
So we are going to next to this camera. We'll stop it here.
बेचारे कपड़े नहीं पहने उसको।
सही भाई। भाई ये तो दिखाना पड़ेगा।
ये बड़ी बात देखने में बड़ा लग रहा है।
क्या कह रहा है?
ये कैथेड्रल देखने में बड़ा लग रहा है।
हाँ भाई है।
ओए पानी भर लो।
ओके ये वो पानी नहीं है ये यहाँ का अमृत होता है, चरणामृत।
नहीं
हाँ
उतना खुले में थोड़ी देंगे, फ्री में।
अब पानी ही तो होता है, फ्री में ही देते हैं। इनके में पूजा नहीं होती ना।
कम नजदीक या
नजदीक का ये आ जाओ,
ज्यादा नहीं बोलना।
आ जाओ, आ जाओ।
आ जाओ
Please come close, come close. Please come close, come close.
आ जाओ
आ जाओ, आ जाओ, आ जाओ। नजदीक का ये।
नजदीक और कोई नहीं आया तो पतली गली से निकल।
Come, come. Close, close.
They are not coming.
Come, come.
Everybody is
नजदीक, नजदीक।
किसने फॉलो करवा दिया इसको?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I won't keep you long.
This
Let's
is
get some food.
Indian
But let me
word.
tell you something about this place.
Yeah,
Of
this
course,
is Indian word.
this is a highlight too.
He's
Florence,
speaking Indian language.
It says, can you hear me? It's a city which offers the opportunity of not seeing, but if you've got enough time to visit, either the
focus
city
करवाया।
is UNESCO site since 1982, yeah? So World Heritage. You see? The entire city, since the place I picked you up, we cross the traffic lights. You see? With the kila, you see? The
कैसल।
we're there, yeah? So pay with the fortification. And
हो
it's an
गया।
open air museum, of course, yeah? I think it has been estimated, yeah? More or less, let's say, that something about 40% of the entire artistic world heritage is in here in Tuscany. 70 museums, 7 Shunya,
Sattar, yeah.
70, you see, museums in Florence only. So there's a lot. Of course, but we pretty much cover what we cannot miss at all. This is the main thing. see. So this is Piazza della Signoria, one of the most important, actually, as far as the city is concerned, this is the most important place of Florence, yeah? Because this is Signoria. Signoria is the word with which these people would call the government in the Middle Ages. So Signoria means no more than less that government. So this is government's place. And the big palace on my back, in front of you over there, with the tallest tower of Florence, 95 meters so high, still is the palace of the government, functions as the palace of the government today. You see, built, we're talking about the 1200s, to do what? To host, can you hear me?
Yes.
To host the elected government of the city of Florence. Florence by law was a republic, you see? Like the Republic of Italy, like the Republic of India, Bharat Mata Ki. You see?
Yeah.
So basically, still a republic, you see, back then, where the government was an elected one. So elected every 2 months, 6 times per year. And for 2 months he was locked into there. No chance to meet anyone. Maybe their friends, maybe their families. As in this way, people told the politicians could not be influenced in any way. You see, could not be, let's say, corrupt. Now, corruption is a loose word, sort of, it's interpretation anyway. So anyway, to not be hit by outer forces, let's say in this way. But things, ladies and gentlemen, are going to change with the man over there, you see? Cosimo de' Medici. Now we're talking about the 1500s, you see? If you heard about the Medici family of Florence, it's a family who ruled the city's politics and let's say pretty much of international politics for up to 400 years. 4 popes, 2 queens of France, you see? And with a system of marriages, they would be linked with the major families of back of those days, you see? Well, at the age of 18, that young man is going to marry the niece of the emperor. And of course, he's going to head to absolute power, you see? So, moving houses into this place from the Medici Palace, basically, that was the first step on heading to absolute power. So some of the statues, ladies and gentlemen, that we see around here, original, are not more and not less than the way that Cosimo is going to, Cosimo, in Latin, cosmos, yeah? Think of the word cosmography. Universe, you see? Brahman, you see? You see, Cosimo. So it's the one who's going to basically have this name to show his greatness in some sort of way. So those statues to be the way that's going to celebrate and propagandize his power. You know Instagram, yeah? Instagram, who doesn't nowadays? You see? But that is Instagram of the 1500s. The social network, you see? You see, in different way, but the concept is the same. That's what I mean. Yeah? Where Perseus and Medusa, which is the statue over there in bronze, 1554. You see under the first left arch. You see? You see? Perseus and Medusa, one fusion in bronze. Benvenuto Cellini, the maker. That is the warning that Cosimo is going to give to his enemies, not to oppose to him. Otherwise, that would have been the treatment. That was the explicit language or clear language. You see?
Okay.
The one beside is the statue of Hercules. Left, yeah, excuse me. The one beside on the left is Hercules and Cacus, the defeated giant of Cacus. Cosimo, the standing up one, has Hercules and the Tuscan on his knees. Florence is the city. We are in Florence, this is the city. Tuscany is the region. See? And he's the one who built up the state. But this was a region since the unification of Italy. We mentioned over there, yeah? 61. From 1569, 1861, this was an independent state. And this city was the capital city of the state. And Cosimo was the one who realized the state. See? So basically, that is him with Tuscany on his knees. See?
Which one is?
The one with the man standing up and the one kneeling just under him before him. Hercules and Cacus. The one beside instead on the left, that is the statue of David. David. Michelangelo's David was over, the original David was over there from 1504 until up to 1873, 400 years. Until he was moved inside the National Gallery, Academy Gallery, is still over there since. That's a faithful replica, scale 1:1, 120 years old ish. That's more or less 108, anyway, 120 years. Statue of Neptune, you see, you're coming from Pisa. Now Pisa was definitely submitted to Florence in 1506. Cosimo was the one who basically conquered Pisa, definitely. So basically that is him. This is 1565, original, the statue of Neptune, the sea god of the Romans, like the Lord of the Seas, you see, Cosimo. And if you look at the face, they look pretty much alike, look. See? He wants to be seen as a sea god himself. It's propaganda. Today it doesn't change anything. Anyway, Loggia dei Lanzi, part of the Open Air Museum of Florence. All the statues on the back are original Roman statues, 2nd century AD, you see? And then the lions everywhere. Why? Because that's the lion of Florence, the one with the shape, with the lily flower. The one over there. And that is basically Florence strong as a lion. You see?
Okay.
The lion.
The signature.
That's the sing. Babbar shape. Singam. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Now, yeah.
How did they make the statues undestroyed? Like why they all written and not destroyed?
Originally here is everything except David, the one statue in bronze, and the lion.
Did they save the statues somewhere? Why
No, these are original. Why
Okay.
they should be destroyed?
Like in
No, they will protect it.
Okay.
And Florence, as far as the Second World War we're talking about, Florence was open city declared. Yeah? So Florence, Venice, and Rome would no bomb with them. See, some parts of the city will mine, but from the bottom. See, around Ponte Vecchio, we're going to go right now. So please, if you want to pick some food, take a few minutes, and then we're going to go that way. Okay.
Sure.
Meeting point here. Click photos, come back in 5 minutes.
Okay. जल्दी
5 minutes.